go ahead. Let's see what comes out here for Sag. Oh, Sag, you had two cards that came out. Let's see. You had Van Van and Prosperity. Well, look at that. And what has been your reading about? What has been the readings have been about? They've been about the lack of prosperity, right? We've been seeing the hardships with your money. Whoa. Let's read Prosperity. When you live your life seeking joy, love, and happiness, prosperity will follow. Keep on the path. This helps remove any kind of money blocks. Okay. This gives you the ability to manifest your whatever the abundance that you've been looking for. Because remember, joy, love, and happiness to me is an abundance energy, which I've told you guys this before. It's not just one thing. And with this, I mean, you guys are going to be just banging, right? You're going to be on point. Now, I can't wait to see what tarot card hits this, but I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself. We'll see what comes out. That's almost in harmony with the boss fix energy here. Boss fix at the bottom of the deck literally says your hard work will pay off. Expect a promotion, or there could be a start of a great business partnership or something dealing with business that you're going to advance in. Wow. We only have three cards out, and they're all talking about how, this is a favorable time when it comes to your money. About time, right? Especially from what you guys have been dealing with. Now, here with Van Van, Van Van says, success doesn't just happen. There's many ups and downs. But with time, everything will just click and work itself out. Okay? I mean, they are so on point with encouraging you today. Hello. I love it. I love when this type of energy comes out because I know what you have been experiencing. So when I see it, I'm like so excited for Sagittarius's because this is something that you guys have really been looking forward to, basically. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see what else comes out here for you. This is for Sagittarius. This came out before. We know this for a fact. That bottled up energy came out before. I remember. And it's why? Because of the things you've been carrying. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I got a different kind of light. The other one just kind of went out on me. It says this is going to be a time where you're going to release the burdens that you've been carrying. And we know that those burdens has caused you to feel, maybe for some of you, resentment, anger, frustration. It has taken away your voice. It has made you feel helpless in a lot of situations and circumstances. Maybe you didn't have anybody to vent to. You didn't have anybody to talk to it about. Oh, yeah. Okay. You have two cards that talks about release. Look at that. Release, release. Release the burdens, release the emotions. Release the burdens, release the emotions. This has really caused you guys, this is going to be a really good cry, right? It could be bittersweet for some of you, depending on what the situation is. But I don't see you guys burdened by whatever has been bothering you. Okay, that will be alleviated according to these cards. Now, let's keep going. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see what else is going to come out here for Sagittarius. Y'all want to know what I'm irritated about? And this is funny because you guys already know I give you guys like little stories in between the readings. So I've been at home, right? And so I've been doing readings here and there, right? In between the stuff that I need to do. And I'm like, all right, I really need to stay at home because UPS is going to drop off the package, right? And I'm like, I gotta stay at home. They said they were going to drop it off this morning. Then they changed the time. They're like, oh, they're going to drop it off at 9 p.m. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the store really, really quickly. It's just right up the street, like 20 minutes, literally 20 minutes. I come home and that little sticker is on my door. You talk about I am like infuriated. Okay. I've been waiting all day. It is really, really important that I get this stuff done. And like literally I missed it by 20 minutes. I was so mad. I was like, let me go ahead and do Sagittarius reading. Okay, so I'm in that energy right now. Some of you guys, that's exactly what happens, right? Like you just missed the mark. It's just like right there, that frustration, right? Like that's how I feel. This whole bottled up energy. Oh God, I feel y'all with that one. I'm like 20 minutes, 20 minutes. You know, it's like they wait for you to leave the house. It's like a running joke with these people. Okay. I'm like, dang. All right. Here you go. You guys have third quarter. Now, I think we talked about this before. Here it talks about forgiveness. It talks about reflecting on your life. It talks about contemplating or contemplation. It also brings out the all is not lost energy because there are 11 houses actually here too to help you. 11th house talks about your hopes and wishes, your dreams. And this may seem so far-fetched, especially if you have been experiencing the lack of money, the lack of support, okay? Where you never, had someone to help you or, there wasn't any stair steps for you to advance, okay? You worked really hard and you just felt like nothing was coming out of it. And this happens even in relationships too, y'all, where you're just like such a good person and the other person doesn't appreciate it. That's what I feel like hard work would translate when it comes down to relationships. You do all of that, they don't even appreciate it. So I really do feel like this is where you've been. And so the 11th house, something is being promised. Okay, something is being promised. Now we're going to go ahead and do what we always do, which is what? We're going to clarify. Let's start with that beautiful card, prosperity. Whoa. Whoa. Amazing. All right, prosperity energy. Now we know that this could be in reverse. It doesn't matter. It's going to end up being an upright anyway, because that's how I read. But if the message needs to be told, I will let you know. This is for Sagittarius. Prosperity, please. Prosperity. Let's see how big this money is. And I can tell. There we go. Let's get one more. There we go. Woo! You got the 8 of Swords in reverse. Hello, getting you out of whatever. This is freedom, financial freedom. Financial freedom. Because right now, this is where you guys are. I mean, you can't move. And this is really tough dealing with holiday season, right? There's so much stuff that you want to do. Your birthday is here, right? There's so many things that you want to get accomplished. And guess what happens? You can't. You can't. Okay. Now you had the 6 of Swords in reverse. You had the 5 of Wands literally in the upright. Okay. And then let's see, you have the High Priestess in the upright. I love it. I already know how to read all of these cards financially. Now, one thing that I can tell you, literally based on that 6 of Swords in reverse, no peace of mind, none whatsoever. We already know you had no peace of mind. When you ain't got no money, baby, everything else in your life pretty much feels like it's falling apart, which is the reason why it says all hope isn't lost. You're like, hey, I ain't ever going to get out of this, right? So you are at this place of not being able to sleep, not having peace. And this could be with, actually fighting for money, because this is if you have the conflict with the 5 of Wands and then you have the lack of peace, this could be with court. This could be with family members. You are fighting to get your money back. Something as small as you trying to get your money back, whether it's in court or not. Or the very fact that you've been just fighting in order to pay your bills. You had a lack of peace. And all of these cards, especially the first, especially the 3, these 3 right here, all even talk about how, just locked in. Okay. So we're seeing the reason why prosperity is so important for you, which is something I talked about before. And I love the fact that the messages are, repeating themselves, because some of y'all are still there. Right? Like it's therapeutic to hear, especially when spirit comes in and say, yeah, I get it, Sag, I see what you're going through. Okay. And it is tight. Okay. Which bill are you going to pay today? Or what bill are you going to pay this week? What is the most important things that you have to pay? That's what these cards are basically saying. Now, I do see, with the high priestess, that's you. Okay. We're saying that as far as, the future with your money, you have no idea how this is going to improve. Okay. The high priestess, there's just an unknown energy there. There's kind of like this just wait and see. Now, for some of y'all, I do feel like there's money that will be coming in. Now, I'm not going to say all of you are in the dark, because the high priestess talks about some of you guys are in the dark. I'm not saying that all of you are in the dark. Some of you know exactly where the money is coming from. You may not know when it's going to drop. You know where it's coming from, but you just don't know when it's going to drop. That could be a bonus. That could be something dealing with court. That could be, back pay for spousal support. This could be child support. This could be anything. Money that's owed to you from the family. It's like it's already been granted, right? You already know that the money is coming. You just don't know when. But you got cards here, especially this is in the upright, right? That says, okay, it's coming. Sometimes anything being on water is a slow transition, but you will get there. Money is coming. That is a fact. But like I said before, some of you guys have been at a lot of disagreements and conflict in getting it, or calling people up. It was supposed to drop in my bank account and it did not. Or, you said that you were going to come to my house and bring this money and you did not. Oh yeah, a lot of you guys have been there. Okay. But there's cards here that basically says money is delayed, but it is forthcoming. That is a fact. Okay. So just know that. And to me, some of y'all, the money looks good. It hasn't told me yet how much, but the prosperity is there. So that means it's going to come out somewhere in your reading. This is just telling me the problematic energy. Now let's go ahead. Let's get the Van. Let's get Van. This is for Sagittarius. All right. The King of Swords came in the reverse. This came in a sideway. I'll read it both ways just in case, because all of them still in the upright. I'll read it in reverse just in case. There we go. Oh, the Four of Wands came up in the upright, baby. Four of Wands is stability. Stability in your what? Second house, Taurus energy. I don't know how this is coming. And sometimes it's what you are committed to that's going to bring in this money. Again, I already told you, for some of y'all, I would hate for this to be right, but this could be, spousal support, right? Especially with the Hierophant. This is considered to be the commitment energy. It doesn't always have to be, but I'm just saying, okay. But I definitely see that it's going to be something that you're committed to in the second house if we're talking about the job. Remember, this one says, your hard work will pay off. This is not procrastination. This is not laziness. It is the total opposite, actually. Okay. So if this is not coming from a spouse, this is coming from what you already have done or what you are continuously doing. And baby, when I tell you, you had the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, this to me even feels like some of y'all can marry into money. And I'm talking about big money. Now, the Four of Wands was the one that came in the upright, and it was supposed to. Love it. Now, this one definitely came in a reverse. The King of Swords came in a reverse, and this is what I see. Usually this comes from like a lot of mental exhaustion, a lot of overthinking, being very hard on yourself, because remember that card says success doesn't happen overnight. So who's being hard on who here? You being hard on yourself, because I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm 50 this years old and I don't have that. I don't have the house that I'm supposed to live in, or I don't have the type of husband or wife that I want, right? You're not where you want to be. You haven't been. So the King of Swords is you turning on yourself with your own negative thoughts. This is the reason why third quarter moon talks about forgiveness and contemplation and reflection. This is what you've been doing to yourself. And what is it saying? Don't do it. Okay? Be reasonable. Why haven't you got into the relationship that you want? This may not have anything to do with you. We already saw that you're the one who have been giving. You're just coming across a lot of knuckleheads. That's a reasonable way of thinking. And sometimes it's about what you attract too, right? Because here you are, Temperance card is in reverse. A lot of you are absolutely brilliant people, but the energy that you have been throwing off has been a complete opposite of who you are because you are afraid to step in your true Sagittarius energy. Because see, then that will run people away. Okay? That would discourage other people or people to approach you, especially the ones who matter. It's a very disruptive energy. You've been disrupting your own progression by being something that you're not. Because see, we've seen it before where a long time ago, I think 2 weeks ago, we saw the reading where it talked about you weren't even being true to yourself. It talks about authenticity. Yeah, y'all thought I forgot. Some things I remember with the big signs. Now we're going to go ahead and turn this the way it's supposed to be turned. There is peace in the home. There is rational thinking. There is a sense of integrity in you, and you are also manifesting people who are what? They have integrity. You're not dealing with people who are thugs. I'm sorry, I hate to say that in that way, but it is what it is. You're not dealing with people who work on Wall Street somewhere and they're pretending to be all of that in a bag of chips, and they are just as horrible people. They have this facade of being something that they're not. Okay? So we're saying with the Temperance card, there's balance that's being brought back to your life in your home and in your second house and in your committed relationships here. But it didn't happen overnight, and don't feel bad because it hasn't happened yet. Okay? But baby, some of y'all are definitely going to be winning a lawsuit. Definitely. Because this brings justice. And you had a lawyer there. And I already saw that some of you guys are going to be winning something dealing with litigation if you are dealing with anything with law. Okay. Let's get bottled up. Let's see who this could be. This could be you or someone else now. Let me see if this is you. Let's see. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Janie. Remember, anything legal. Remember, in order for you to drive a car, you have to have a what? Driver's license. That is a legal document, a tenure, or whatever it's called. So anything dealing, and plus, the truth of the matter is that you had to be fair, though, right? Meaning the only way for you to actually win is that you weren't looking down at your phone and then that happened. Okay. This is fair and balanced for whoever, meaning this Sagittarius was in the right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. There you go. Now let's go ahead. Let's get this bottled up energy. Ooh. You have Justice in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I don't know how this is, y'all. Ooh, 10 of Swords in the reverse, 3 of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Ooh, ooh, who is this? This is interesting because this is, I mean, usually this is you, and I know that you can relate to what I'm going to say, but don't you know how sometimes tables can turn? There is someone in your reading that you rejected. And I don't know what you said. I don't know what you did. This could be family members. This could be a lover. But there's someone that you said no to and they're like, what? And I'm talking about this person is hella in their feelings because you said no. Now all of a sudden you're not right. Justice card in reverse. and they're going to tell you about it. And see, this is why a lot of arguments actually start, because all of a sudden the person becomes rejected because now you're no longer doing what they expect for you to do. Now they're hurt. See, you're a part of their nurse for them, a lot of you, being at their service. I'm not saying beck and call, but being at their service. You help them recover with money. You help them recover when they're having family issues. They can call you up and you can give them a good word, right? You are their doctor. And all of a sudden you tell them no. You have healed them in so many ways, right? You tell them no, and then all of a sudden all hell break loose. But I really do believe that, these people have been distractions for you. And you love helping people out, but I do believe that these people have been distractions. Now, how can you take that advice even for yourself? Because again, bottled up is like, that is a mental feeling, right? Like this is when things are being held in mentally, that affects you. Emotionally, that affects you. Financially, that affects you, right? All of those things. And you are not motivated. Ace of Wands in reverse. You're not motivated to do anything. You don't feel excited about anything in life because you're holding it all in. That's one way of saying you're pretending, and that's not fair to you. Justice card in reverse. You have been hurt so many damn times. This is in the reverse, but let's be real, this is in the upright. How many times are you going to be taking these hits? How many times are you going to pretend that this is not hurting you? Right? Ten of Swords. People turning their back on you. You feeling neglected. This is not on here, but I'm just looking. You feeling neglected. You calling other people up because you think that they're going to do exactly what you did when they needed you and they did not pick up the phone. Some of you have experienced ruin and had nowhere to turn to, nobody to turn to. Okay? And if you really want to be real, the Ace of Wands is in reverse. That's anger. Didn't we say that in the beginning part of the reading? The Ace of Wands is anger. And you should be angry about that. Why? Because there's no justice here. And a lot of you really feel life is unfair. Not only did you have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, you also had the Three of Swords in reverse. But you got to understand, these are upright, y'all. Life is unfair. We're not talking about the recovery that you're going to experience in a couple of months or whenever. We're talking about what you're experiencing right now. Both of these cards talk about pain, heartache, trauma, feeling broken, being from broken families or families breaking up. Okay, this is what you've been experiencing. So, truly, what happens? Now you take action, Ace of Wands, because new opportunities will come and there will be a reason for you to be excited because things start to do what? Just like that Temperance card, things start to do what? Balance itself. Harmony is being brought back to your life because you didn't have no peace, right? No justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. You didn't have that. So now the universe is like, okay, all right. Van is going to help you. Van is going to help you. The universe is going to what? Fix it. The boss is going to fix it, which is who? God. Okay. And then you recover Ten of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. Both of these talks about releasing pain and recovering from all of the sugar honey I see that you actually experience. Remember, prosperity is abundance, joy, love, happiness, health. Now you have a reason to be excited about something. Now you feel like life is fair and things are getting back to normal. Let's get third quarter. Let's see. Damn. I don't know what that was. It tried to pop out and went back. Woo! Queen of Wands in the upright. Hello. Hello. Hermit card in the upright. Love it. Love it. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Crazy. This is sideways. So this is both. We already talked about it. We already talked about it. Okay. It doesn't matter. That is actually supposed to be that way. 6 of Cups in the upright. This is probably the best. The last card is probably the most important card, because that literally says adjustments and all isn't lost. Now we have one house that came out. We had the Hermit card. Hermit talks about work. It talks about routine. It talks about planning, being organized, and your health. And for a lot of you, you have never planned anything in your life. You're too afraid to. You just get out of bed and just go. And things, if it works, it works. Here with Hermit, what is in Virgo? I'm not really sure what's in Virgo. I don't think anything is in Virgo. Okay. I don't know what's in Virgo. But again, you can look and see what's in your 6th house, right? Virgo is asking you to pay attention to the things that the 6th house Virgo energy brings. Your work, your organization. Some of you guys, and this is so interesting because I have one room in my place that's like, it's crap everywhere. Everywhere else is okay. I have crap everywhere. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of looking at this. I'm about to order bins so I could try to organize it. That's something that's going to be done in one day. Okay. It like, and to me, it's just like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it, right? I understand how important I function when things are more organized. And so for you to get rid of that scatter energy that you've been feeling, organization is a must. Planning is a must. Structure is a must. Exercising is a must. Focusing on your health is a must. And a lot of y'all, just according to the 3 cards that I actually see, you are concerned about your health. And what are you doing? A lot of you, you're herbalist. You're doing things kind of unconventional. You'll pay attention to the things that the doctors say, but for you, it's about other things. This is like internal functional medicine. You want to get to the heart of why certain things are the way that they are. And you really are going to be recovering. And I'm not just telling you this. This is how I can tell in personal readings how people are going to feel well, just based on the cards that I saw already. Okay. Heart issues, high blood pressure issues, that type of stuff. You're wondering why you're having heart palpitations. Okay. Things of that nature. I also see here for some of you, just based on what I see. Let me see what was on here. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, you had recovery a lot in your reading. You actually really had recovery a lot. I didn't even realize that. Some of y'all really have not been feeling well. Oh, yeah. Muscle spasms, back pains. Something dealing with the bones. Not necessarily because you didn't have Aries. Okay. But what I am seeing is stomach issues. You had that like 3 times when I lift the cards. You had stomach issues here. Don't know where that's coming from. Sometimes that's a nervous stomach. That can happen with that, a lack of energy. But that makes sense because if you have stomach issues, automatically you suffer from a lack of energy. Okay. Either way, you are doing it. Okay. You are taking care of yourself. That is what you're doing. All right. And a lot of you have problems that stem from years ago. You're still having the same issue, or it's family history type of thing. Some things may not ever go away. But you are taking care of it, which means that you're getting yourself on track and you can live long, okay, if that's the case, if you pay attention to your health. Let's get to the forgiveness part. Here with the Hermit, it's the same thing as what? Contemplation and reflection. Is there someone in particular that you need to forgive? The Queen of Wands could be anybody, male or female, divine masculine, divine feminine. It could be anybody. Okay. But I do believe that for some of you, this could be someone who's, like I said, sometimes the Queen of Wands could be hot tempered, but this is you. I'm not hearing that this is nobody else because this is your card again. This is always considered to be a Sag card to me. I don't know why it just seems like you need to forgive yourself with something. I mean, it could be a Virgo, could be a Scorpio or a Virgo, could be. I don't know. But I do see that it's almost like you guys definitely lost hope. This is the reason why the Hierophant came out before, because it's what you believe in your faith, and you definitely lost hope in something. Some of you guys haven't prayed in a very long time, and a Hermit card even talks about prayer, right? Because see, bottled up energy, where you've been, you don't trust and you don't believe. Some of you have been really alone, and I'm telling you, when I tell you there's so much recovery in this reading from where you have been, it's definitely spiritually with that Hermit card. Physical healing and emotional healing is the Three of Swords in reverse. I keep forgetting that this is on this card, but it's saying it a lot throughout your whole reading. Some of you are forgetting and forgiving your past here with the Six of Cups. Because remember, a part of your burdens isn't just emotional. I mean, we're talking about deep, deep pain and trauma that you've experienced. And again, who is going to fix it? The boss is going to fix it for you. Okay. Let me see. Let me get one advice card here for Sagittarius. Let's see what comes out. This is for Sagittarius. I want to get a few just and see which one is the most important for you. I feel like one turned over. Let's see. Sagittarius. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Ooh, walking away to nurture yourself. This one is good. This is what we were just talking about, and it fell on the bottled up. This is what's so funny. This internal dialogue fell on your bottled up. Listen to what it says. We all have an internal dialogue within our mind, a constant stream of inner conversation. Is it supportive? Is it affirming? Or is it critical or judgmental of both yourself and other people? This card asks you to pay attention to the words that you say. Okay? Because that is also creating an environment of either a positive situation or environment in your mind or a negative. Okay? I get that there's been some things that have been bad, but again, is it supportive or affirming? Next card. Ooh, this is like the Fool card here. I love it. Here would take a leap of faith. This is almost like this walking away. So you see how you move and you're moving in a different direction. You're moving in a certain direction here. And here would take a leap of faith. It says sometimes when we desperately desire change, we procrastinate and we use all kinds of reasons why we don't move forward. We already talked about that, and we know that you're not going to be doing that anymore, right? Ace of Wands talks about you taking action. It says it could be completely understandable, though, why you are anxious, because you are what? Stepping into the unknown, High Priestess energy. Okay? The boss is going to fix it. You will be getting the desires of your heart here with the 11th house. Sagittarius, I love you. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe. Hit that